Hey there, thanks for jumping in. And today's subject is something that I've been interested in a long time. And when the guest reached out to me, I took full advantage of it. But we're going to get into that here in just a second. Like normal, I want to throw at you a couple things. First of all, my website, waltzkitchentable.com. Everything you need to know about the site is there. And also, if you want a little sunshine in your inbox once a month, right underneath the opening video of my smiling mug is where you can sign up for the newsletter. Hope to hear from you that way as well. Also, Live Rishi. These guys make high quality CBD product. Super easy for me to talk to you guys about this stuff because I've been using it for years. You're looking to relax or a good night's sleep? Check out my personal favorite, the 1,000 milligram tincture, now available in vanilla bean, which is amazing. So you put a little bit of that under your tongue, boom, you're good to go. So check them out, liverishi.com. Use the code word TABLE50. It's going to let them know I sent you, and you're looking at 50% off your entire order. So showing you a little love for showing us a little love. Now, all right, man, let's get to this. Welcome to Walt's Kitchen Table, where I feature captivating stories from fascinating people. Myself, and I believe humanity, has always been fascinated with twins, especially identical twins. So when Jackie reached out to me, which she is an identical twin, of course, I've had questions. I had a lot of questions, didn't even get close to them because I found out she's from New Jersey, and we hit on that quite a bit, had a great conversation. I truly enjoyed hanging out with Jackie. She's written a book as well on not exactly about being a twin. It's a fun read. I'm about halfway through it. Sorry, Jackie, I did not get all the way through it before I could record this episode, but I will finish it. Highly recommend checking it out. Of course, everything you need to know about her and how to connect with her will be in the show notes. Also, the story that she has about the quote-unquote connection with her identical twin, well, you know what? I'm going to let her tell you all about it. Let's get to it. I wish I was recording at that time. Damn it. That was awesome. All right, Jackie, how do you pronounce your last name?
Capito.
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 Man, that's from Jersey, huh?
So,
well,
yeah.
real quick. Thanks for coming on.
Hi.
Now, everything you say is going to be on the internet.
Okay, got it.
All right. So don't hold your tongue. Speak freely. So, Capito?
Yeah,
Did I pronounce that right?
Uh-huh.
That's your married name?
That's my married name.
Is your old man from Jersey too?
He's actually from Long Island.
Oh, Long Island. Oh, how often do you get that reaction when somebody says Long Island? Or when you tell them Long Island, do they give you the same reaction?
Yes.
So do you know the stand-up comedian Tom Papa?
No.
So he's super funny. Older guy, he's been around forever. And my wife works for New Jersey Performing Arts Center.
Oh.
Yeah. So I told her, I said, anytime a comedian comes, just give me tickets. I don't care who it is, just give me tickets. And Tom Papa was coming, and I love this dude. He's super funny. And he had a skit. He was filming a Netflix special that night, and he had a skit about Long Island, and he just kept ripping on. He's like, I don't care how bad your life is. There's people that live in Long Island. And he goes, and they drove over here from Long Island. But the thing is, they got to go back to Long Island. And they're going to wake up tomorrow morning in Long Island and go to work in Oh, he just went on. And you got, it's pretty funny how he rips on Long Island. But
it's really funny.
I have some friends over there, and it's like a different country almost. I guess, yeah. The culture and
everything.
Yeah, you show up from not Long Island, and you're like, get booed out of there.
Yeah. You know.
So how'd you guys meet then? The Jersey Shore.
No, we actually met in the Hamptons.
Oh, well, okay. So the fancy Jersey Shore. See, most people, well, not most people, but yeah. Okay. So, how long you been married?
24 years.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you live in Short Hills,
Yes.
the top rated schools in the state.
Very good schools.
Yeah. We're looking for homes. So,
Oh,
yeah,
it's very competitive, but it's good. You know, my boys are now in college, so it all worked out.
Oh, okay. You've been in Short Hills. The boys grew up in Short Hills?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, them growing up, what's your boy's name?
So I have one, my younger son is Jason. He's a sophomore in college. And then my older son's Jared, and he's in law school at Hofstra in Long Island.
Oh, man. You just can't get away from Long Island.
Can't get away. Just can't get away.
So, did they go to the Jersey Shore or did they go to the Hamptons growing up?
Both.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, both. I'm a real Jersey girl. I grew up going to the Jersey Shore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The culture might be a little different between the two, right? Just a little. What just popped in my head, I love memes, right? And you remember those Far Side cartoons? The old Far Side cartoons? No?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So Far Side, long time ago, made cartoons in the papers and all that. But, you know, memes, you see them everywhere now, right? And I love them because they portray a crazy amount of information really fast, right? Because our super short attention span nowadays. But when I first met my wife, I sent her a meme that said, I like you so much that I would come visit you down at the shore on Saturday morning to come down the parkway on Saturday morning to the shore in the summer. See, I thought that was pretty good.
That is so nice.
Right? That's
so meaningful. Yeah.
If you're from Jersey, you're like,
really
oh.
Yeah, you're like, that's amazing. I mean, yeah. And what exit was she on? Where was she down the shore? Which beach?
No, she wasn't. But I was saying, if you were down at the shore, I would go that length.
Big deal. That's huge.
Right? Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So how long have you been married to her?
7 years.
Oh, very nice.
We met in a business meeting.
Oh.
How'd you guys meet?
Yeah, so we met in the Hampton chair.
What the hell's the Hampton chair?
So well, I don't even know if this exists anymore, but back in the day, I was living in the city and my husband was living in the city, and like a whole bunch of, you know, a whole bunch of group of people get together and then like they rent a house in the Hamptons.
Okay. Yeah. Just like you would down at the shore.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then he had a car.
Ooh.
So he was like, I know, it was a big deal. So he was just like, do you want to ride? And I was like, well, I don't want to take the train. So yeah. And so he kept on asking me if I needed a ride every weekend. And I was like, yeah.
And that was it.
That was it. One thing led to another. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. So it was
So did you take the train to Long Island or did he come and pick you up and then go up?
No, well, we were both living in the city. So he's like, I was living on the Upper East Side.
Okay.
He was living downtown. And so he was just like, come meet me downtown. And then, you know, we'll head out to the Hamptons. And then he would always drop me off back at my apartment on, you know, Sunday nights. So I didn't have to deal with the whole Long Island Railroad.
Yeah. Oh, on a Sunday. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it was great.
Was it a convertible?
No, but that would have been really.
That would have been a nice little touch to the.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
You know, you could have lied to me.
I know that would have been really good. Actually, that's not so much better.
Yeah. So what's this Hamptons chair then? So let's get back to that.
Oh, so the Hamptons chair is like, I don't know, everyone just goes like, you have like 50 people in this house and like you pick like a bunch of weekends or you go every weekend or every other weekend and then you just hang out and, you know, go to the bars and drink and have fun.
So that was just so it's not a physical chair. I thought maybe it was some like landmark or something.
Hampton chair.
Cher. Oh, look at you, the Jersey accent.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
I thought you said chair. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, Hampton share. So everyone got, you get this Hampton share.
Yeah. That's fun. Get out of the
what a fun.
Yeah, get out of the city. And then so I had a video company at the time, and my wife worked for a web development company.
Oh, okay.
So somebody connected us because I always told people, hey, I want to meet web companies and marketing companies that don't have video or photo in-house. So I would be a subcontractor or 1099, that kind of thing. And she introduced us, and it was just like you and I doing emails back and forth, right? It's no big deal. I was just looking at another business meeting and moving on. And I was not in a good spot in my life. I was 50 pounds overweight. I was drinking and drugging, and I had a beard, big scratchy beard, because the month of November I don't shave. It's called No Shave November.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and I've been doing that for 22 years. I lost my uncle to prostate cancer.
Oh.
And this over 20 years ago. And I was avid reader of Men's Health, and they had this little tiny, when he passed away, they had this little tiny blurb and they called it No Shave November. So you see my beard the way it is, but then if you saw me and my beard was all, because in a month I look like Grizzly Adams, and no trimming or nothing. It's just all wild.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you'd be like, "Oh, dude, what the hell's up with your face?" And I'd be like, "Hey, it's to raise awareness. It's to raise awareness with for prostate cancer, and mental health, men's mental health." So those are the two things. So every year I don't shave, and I talk about mental health and prostate cancer in men and all that on the show. So toward the end, we met at the end of November. So I got this big old scratchy beard, and you know that when you're
that's true love then.
Well, wait, it gets even better. So, you know how your skin, if you're not eating right, not taking care of yourself, it's like greasy and just nasty. And I was just not. And I went out partying the night before, self-inflicted. I was not feeling good. So I go to meet her, and I walk in, and she walks up to me, and I was like, inside, I'm like, oh man, I should have combed my hair. I should have put a different shirt on. And in 10 minutes in, it was obvious that was not, it was way more than a business meeting. And she's a professional belly dancer and instructor. And she's like, I love to dance. And I go, I'll dance the soles right off your shoes. And she gives me this up and down. And here I am looking like I just rolled out of the barn. And she's like, you? I'm like, uh-huh. And that was Thursday. She emailed me Friday morning and said we could go out Saturday. She's like, I'll get back to you about Saturday.
Oh.
I waited until Friday afternoon to respond to her. I saw the email, but I'm like, oh no, I got to leave this hanging. I can't just
play it cool.
What's that?
You had to play it cool.
I had to play it cool, right? And then
you didn't look too eager.
Yeah, and then I just like right out of I can't remember what movie it was, and of course I wasn't thinking of it at the time, but I pulled up in front of their house in my truck with the passenger side facing the sidewalk. So when she come out of her apartment, she'd come right to the passenger side of my truck.
Oh, okay.
And I was leaning against the side of my truck, and she come up, and I opened the door, put her in, and took her country dancing. My mom taught me how to swing and jitterbug and two-step and all that.
Oh, and this is so nice.
And I took her into the bar. It was super crowded when we walked in, and I said, you can either hang on to the back of my shirt or my belt loop, but you better hang on because we're getting through this crowd. And I plowed through the crowd to get to the dance floor, cleared off a spot on the dance floor, and I took her hand, just started right off. We've been together ever since.
That is really a great story.
Yeah,
Love that.
I love
Loved
that
it.
story. Yeah, I love that story. My mom. You ever know the line dancing, the country line dancing?
Yeah, I did it like once.
Ah, so
Just
you
once.
like. So my brother was into it like, oh my God, nobody's business. Like
Really?
crazy. Oh my God. He was obsessed with it and he was really good at it. And we were all out at the bar one night and my mom goes, don't you want to learn how to dance? And I go, that's not dancing. Line dancing was invented by women in the line for the bathroom because they were just, because the line's always long and they had to figure out what to do. And I said, if I'm dancing, I want to hang on to something. So she put her drink down, grabbed hold of me. She says, "Well, you better learn how to dance then."
Oh,
And over the next like 6 months, she taught me how to dance.
that
that's
is so
pretty cool.
nice.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah,
I love
that's
it.
really
Yeah.
fun. That's
Hey,
really
yeah, but would you agree that if a guy knows how to cook, clean, and dance, he's all right, huh?
you're in.
I'm in, right?
Definitely.
So,
That's
but yeah, that's how we met. And like I said, that's a fun story.
that is.
But what are you guys up to nowadays?
Well, we got back from Turks and Caicos the other 2 days ago.
Oh, nice.
That was really nice. We
Weather-
haven't been on vacation in like 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but it was great. The weather was great, and it was beautiful. And but it's still a little bit of a production leaving the States. With the COVID, and you had to take a test like 24 hours before you get on the plane. And then when we were at Turks and Caicos at the hotel, you have to take a test before, like 24 hours before you get on the plane coming back home. And but it was really great. I can't complain.
Now, did they have it at the hotel so it made it convenient for you to get tested?
Oh yeah. They had a whole
Yeah.
set. Yeah. So
How long did you stay down there for?
A week.
Yeah, get down there. You can't go down there for a couple days, huh?
No.
You got to be down there for longer than that.
Yeah.
Now, is that a favorite spot of you guys, or is that
It was actually a new spot. We've never been.
what?
Yeah.
You haven't been out for 2 years, and you chose a new spot instead of a
Yeah.
comfortable
something.
spot. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
The world's
Great.
the world's a big place, right?
Right. Exactly.
We took 3 weeks for our honeymoon, and 2 weeks we traveled Europe,
Oh.
and then the last week we left Southampton, England, on the Queen Mary 2 and came back to New York, and it took 7 days.
Oh my gosh. How was that?
Oh, fuck! It was amazing. It was right out of a movie.
Wow.
Like you wore a tuxedo to dinner every night, and everything was all super fancy, and you had tea afternoon. My wife's a huge tea drinker, so you had afternoon tea every day, and she was in heaven.
No,
But that was what's that?
that sounds like so fun.
It was amazing. I forgot where I was going with that, but the world's a big place. So we get to port in New York, and of course the cruise director or whoever she was, she comes around. She's like, "Did you guys have a good time?" I was like, "Oh my God, this was amazing. The food was phenomenal." I mean, and then just being on a fancy boat like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You coming back?" And I go, "No." And she was like, and I go, "I'll tell you what, I'll tell everybody this thing is amazing and they should do it. But the world's a big place. Next time I get a couple weeks, I'm going to something else."
Right. Try something new.
Yeah. I did this already.
Right.
I said, yeah, unless you get a helicopter on this bad boy, I ain't coming back.
Right.
So yeah, that was traveling. Traveling is probably the best thing I think that people could do for experiences and just to go other places. And, and we say money is a lubricant for experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. You guys do a lot of traveling? You been around?
Yeah. I mean, we like to travel. I mean, especially before, the whole pandemic, we would travel and, we went to Italy and Israel, and
Oh,
that was great. And
Israel would be cool.
oh, it was great. It was great. What else? Oh, I mean, there's always Florida.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Florida.
No. Staple.
Yeah, it's a staple. Utah. I mean, all over Arizona. I mean, we just, Disney World with the kids was great. Do you have a son?
I have a year-old son, and
Oh.
I have a guy that I do business with, and he goes, "You should have taken him to Disney World already."
No, definitely not.
He goes, "By 6 months, he should be in Disney World." And I go,
no.
where the fuck you get that from? And he goes, he needs the stimulation. And I go, I'll take him to Willowbrook Mall. He ain't going to know the difference.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. You could go to the Livingston Mall. They have like those little rides for the kids, like those tiny little rides.
The bright lights and the sounds. When he was 6, 8 months, we took him to Willowbrook Mall because my wife needed to get some stuff or exchange some stuff. And I said, it'd be kind of fun. Take him. And I had him in a little carrier in the front.
Yeah.
And he was just in awe, just drooling, looking around. And yeah, he liked Victoria's Secret. My man.
Oh, that is so funny. Yeah. I mean, you could wait until he's like 7. Honestly, you know what though? We took our kids when they were like 5 and maybe 7. And then like the following year, we took them to Hershey Park and they had a blast there. And they're like, I go, what do you like better? And they're like, the same.
Yeah. I mean, to them, what? Yeah. My theory of an amusement park, obviously, when he's smaller, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's rides for him.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll go to take him to fairs and festivals and stuff like that. But something like Disneyland or Disney World, I wouldn't want to take him unless him and I could do the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Right?
You want him to remember it,
And him remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
he goes.
Yeah, it's too young. One is definitely too young.
Yeah, I mean I'll take him in the backyard and he'll be stimulated. He ain't gonna know any different. And then speaking of that, we're putting together the first birthday party, right?
Oh,
and yeah, and it's like, this is for us. He ain't got a clue what's going on. It's just another day for him, and he's gonna see a bunch of people that he's like, who the hell are these people? But yeah, it's just so fun, man. It just keeps me going 1,000 miles an hour, man. That dude never stops.
Oh, yeah. Boys don't sit still.
And then when he does, he sleeps for 12 hours.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. As long as he's awake, gone, all over the place. So it's fun. Keeps me young.
Oh, yeah. Wait until he turns 2.
I don't know. I can remember when my wife wasn't pregnant, before she got pregnant. And that just seems like last week.
Yeah. And
now look, I mean, you got one in college in Long Island. Long Island. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Or Staten Island. Then you got Staten Island, right?
Yeah, then there's Staten Island. Oh my God. Yeah.
When I had the video company, part of the vision was weddings, right? Oh. And then when a small company, so I would help out. And then when we first started, my partner and I were doing everything. We're running the business, filming, doing everything. And when we had a fucking wedding on Long Island, just getting back from there. What's that road that's one road to the tip, right?
Yeah, I don't
So
know the names of
yeah,
all
but it's to what's the city at the end? I just had it. But
them.
man, the traffic, it's a little 2-lane road and everybody's trying to get either there or back at the same time. It's like the damn parkway.
Oh, it's terrible. But
Yeah.
the traffic is so bad. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just always bad there. Yeah,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there's a reason why people go, I guess.
I guess.
It's beautiful. You still go to the Hamptons?
No.
No Hampton chair?
No. Now I'm back going to the Jersey Shore.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking my language. You been down there lately? After the hurricane?
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah.
did a good job. That's
I
a lot
thought
of
they
fun
did a
down
really-
there.
Yeah, really nice job. Yeah, it was.
That is so
nice.
fun. So fun. But you grew up here in Jersey, right?
So I'm originally from Westfield, New Jersey.
Westfield.
It's like 15 minutes away from Short Hills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not too far from where you grew up, huh?
Right. No. Yeah. So my parents are still in Westfield, which is really nice, and a lot of my friends are. So that's nice.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I say anything in New Jersey's 30 minutes away,
Yeah, it's great.
right?
Can't go
You
wrong.
can go anywhere.
Yeah, you
I
can go
live-
anywhere.
I lived in Morristown, and to get from one end of town to the other, it's like 30 minutes. And people are like, it's just like 10 blocks. I'm like, go ahead and try it. But
Wait,
yeah,
I was just in Morristown. We saw Pat Benatar there.
what? At the little theater?
Yes,
Really? Pat Benatar.
like 2 months ago.
Damn. Maypac? Is that what they call that?
What? I forgot the name, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Right in that small theater kind of thing.
Yeah, right there by the park. There's
Yes.
a park. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of my surprise dates with my wife, we were just dating at the time. I took her to dinner at Jockey Hollow, right next door.
Okay.
Fancy restaurant right next door. And then we saw the two cellos
Oh,
at MPAC or Maypac or something they call it. Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice little theater.
yeah. It
Pat
was
Benatar. Damn.
Yeah, and she was great.
Oh, that is amazing. That's good to hear. She
She
looked good?
Great.
Just blasting away.
Fantastic.
Oh, how good is that?
Great. Yeah, it was.
Oh.
It was really fun.
You ever been to NJPAC, the big one in Newark?
Oh yeah. So who did we see there? So Jerry Seinfeld there one night.
Wow. Was in wow, that's got to be a good show, huh?
That was great. Yeah, he was really funny. Really, really.
He's really funny, especially live.
Oh,
When
he
they're-
was
what
so funny.
uncensored. That's a funny dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I was just there last Saturday, saw Ron White. Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Oh, okay. I don't know that.
No, I don't know them. Yeah.
But do you know Sebastian? Do you listen?
Who's
to
it? Sebastian? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know who he is.
Yeah, I want to see him.
You went to see him?
No, I want to.
Oh, is he coming?
I don't know. I think he was in Brooklyn, but then I don't know where he went. I don't know. I didn't get tickets. I missed
That'd
it.
be so I just got tickets for Ancient Aliens.
Who's that?
It's a TV show on Netflix or something. It's like Discovery or whatever, but I see it on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just that's my escapism. I sit there and watch this dude in a tweed suit with this crazy hair talking about formations around the world. Be like, only aliens could have done it. How could they? Yeah. Now it's a live show, and I'm going to go see it.
Oh,
So-
that's fun.
Yeah, the benefits of my wife being the event director.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kinda-
yeah. That's
kinda-
really great. How
Yeah,
about
kinda.
entertainment?
Nice little connection.
Yeah, that's a major
But,
connection.
Yeah. No, your boys. No, now I'm sorry. Let me back up. You said your family's in Westfield. Is your sister over there too?
So no, she's actually in Connecticut. my twins in Connecticut, and then I have another sister who's in New York City. Not
So-
far.
Oh, okay. So people, I mean, we've been ranting for a while, but I'm always have ideas floating in the back of my mind for subjects to come on the show, right? Because things interest me, and my theory is if it interests me, somebody else is probably interested in it too, right?
Definitely.
But I'm a little selfish, I kind of use this platform to find out things that I'd like, but and it's been floating around. I'm like, man, I want to talk to somebody that's identical twin. I have questions, and this might seem a little weird, but where that came from was I have a Facebook group for the show, and I love putting up crazy facts. I mean, just off the wall, crazy stuff. And last year, I went down a rabbit hole of articles of identical twins. And it started off in like the late 1800s and all the craziness around them and all the folklore around identical twins. And then it went into like the darker side of the Holocaust where all the identical twins, like what's his name? Mengele, I think, sought out identical twins to do experiments on.
Oh.
Because he had this thing about them having a connection. And then into the 70s and 80s where they were doing more I call it white paper research on identical twins, where they would have identical twins come in and just answer questions and maybe do like experiments, but like throwing a ball or riding a bike or, something to see how they act compared to their twin, right? That kind of thing. Obviously nothing like the crazy it was nuts what they were doing, obviously, during the Holocaust. But so I'm like, I've always wanted to sit and actually talk to somebody that has an identical twin because I got questions. And then all of a sudden one day you're like, hey, I'm like, hey, let's do this. So thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, this is great. Thank you.
Were you the first one out?
I was.
Nice. So you're the old sister.
I am.
All right. How far apart are you?
6 minutes.
6 minutes?
Yeah.
They're not, what's the other one where it's not identical, where they're twin? So how do you determine? Well, obviously they don't look alike.
Right.
But why would they call paternal twins? Just because you had two at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Right.
identical twins, it's one egg that splits in half, but fraternal are two separate eggs.
Oh. I did read that a long time ago. Forgot about it. See?
Yeah.
So 6 minutes apart. And
Yeah.
then what's your sister's name?
Amy.
Amy and Jackie. So there's no
Yeah.
confusing that, huh? Do you think
Right.
your parents did that on purpose?
Actually, my mom they didn't even know they were having twins because we were like lying on top of each other. So like they only heard one heartbeat. So we didn't even have names for like the first couple of days. We were like baby A and baby B because they didn't have like two names ready.
No shit.
Yeah. So then they went with Jacqueline, and then they thought of Amy, and then they thought, Jacqueline doesn't really need a middle name because she has a long enough name, and we got to figure out another name for Amy. So she's Amy Beth, and I'm Jacqueline without a middle name.
So you're full. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, so I imagine, well, obviously the technology is so much different. Nowadays. They would pick that up in a heart. Well, no pun intended. A heartbeat.
Dark age.
But so they were just completely shocked. They were having one. Did they know it was a girl?
No.
So they didn't know the gender until you guys were born.
Right. Yeah.
Damn. Talk about a talk about a wallop as a surprise. Hey, we're having a girl. And another one.
Exactly.
We kept the gender a surprise until my son was born.
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun. That was
that's
a lot of
fun.
fun.
That's fun. Yeah, I like that.
We had one name picked out. It was awesome. One name for a girl. We're like, this is it. And it was my mom's name's Marie, and we're gonna call her Georgia Marie.
Oh,
Yeah, we're like done. Now, boy's name, pages of boys' names, and we just sat there and had to check them off, you know. And then we ended up on Logan. So
nice.
my son's name is Logan James.
Beautiful name.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, he's a Logan because it was either Mason or Logan. That's what we were settling on, and he popped out, and I went, "He's a Logan." That's a Logan. That's no Mason. No. So, and then so growing up with a twin, identical twin.
Yes.
Now, obviously, I trolled you and saw pictures. Did you guys look like crazy identical? I mean, I can see a little bit of difference in you guys now.
Oh yeah.
Right, when you're side to side.
Yeah.
But growing up, were you guys like mirror image? Like hairstyle and everything?
Yeah, we basically had the same style, and we didn't really dress the same, but we kind of had the same look, and we were both ballerinas, and we both had the same interests, and yeah. So I mean, unless you didn't really know us, couldn't really tell us apart.
Oh no shit! So one of you didn't like one of you wasn't a country music fan, and the other one was into goth. So it wasn't like.
Not at all. Yeah, we were very
through your research. Is it common for twins to be interested in the same type of things like that?
I don't know. The twins that I know have a lot of the same interests.
They're same interest.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Just from the twins that I know, but I mean, anything's possible.
Sure.
Yeah.
And how often is the question asked of you? Getting mixed up, like your parents mix you up?
Oh, never.
Oh, stop! Shit, they mixed me and my brothers up. We're completely different. They're like,
I mean, is my mother calling me the wrong name? Yeah.
Oh, no, with being a twin, mixing you up. Never?
No.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
No,
you guys never tried to do it either? Like play a prank on your parents or anybody being twins?
Oh, I mean, not my parents, but no, like one example, like I had a biology test once. I didn't have a biology test. Amy had an English test to study for. And
okay.
I had a study. So, and she had to go to biology. So she was like, could I go to your study so I could study for an English test later on, like for 8th period? And could you just go to my biology class? And I already had biology in the morning, and biology really wasn't my thing, but I was like, okay. So I went to her biology class while she studied for her English class, which she should have studied the night before, but whatever. And so I went to this biology class again, and I sat there, and I think some of the kids knew, but the teacher never found out.
No shit. That's a great story because people talk about that, but I've never heard somebody that actually did it.
Yeah, I did it. I mean, I'm not recommending this to anyone. I don't want anyone getting in trouble if you're a twin out there, but it worked out for me and my sister.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys ever do it to a boyfriend?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Just for fun, mess with them a little bit.
No. But and then also like my twin and I, like we do think a lot alike. So for Mother's Day, this past Mother's Day, and I mean this happens like all the time though, but the most recent one, I'm in New Jersey. I pick out a card for my mother, and Amy's in Connecticut, and she goes to CVS with like 1,000 cards and picks out a card. And my mom called us up and she's like, girls, you got me the same exact card.
No shit.
Yeah. It's happened a few times. Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun.
Like, yeah. So
How
that's fun.
now? How was? I could probably ask your mom this question, but like Christmas and birthdays and that kind of thing, like buying you guys gifts.
Yeah, I mean, we're. I mean, what, like to get different gifts or something?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that she would know your personalities, right? So she
Right.
would kind of go off that.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, we basically got the same gifts.
That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, that's all worked out, and and then I also I could feel Amy's pain.
Get out of here.
Yeah, like this is actually a crazy story. I think this is probably like the craziest story, feeling each other's pain. So Amy had breast cancer 3 years ago. She's completely fine now. And so the morning of the surgery, I was woken up with the most excruciating pain on the left side. And it was just so crazy. And so she called me later on that afternoon, and I was like, everything all right? And she's like, yep. And it all went well. And I was like, I was woken up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, like with this excruciating pain that I never felt ever. Like someone was like cutting through me. So it was like going through the surgery. Yeah, it was weird. And then over that whole summer, she had to go for radiation. And the entire summer, I felt like this tingly, like warm sensation over, my chest.
Yeah.
And the entire summer. And then she called me up and then she said, at the end of the summer, she called me up and she said, this is, it's my last, it was my last day today. And I was like, great. And then after that, never had that sensation again.
Wow. So that's like the biggest example that you have, right?
Yeah.
That's great. That is, see, these are the things I like to find out.
Yeah.
But have you?
Crazy, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a hell of a connection because down the rabbit hole I went, and of course, part of that rabbit hole is what through the war and what the experiments did. But they said, your brothers and sisters and stuff like that, like my brothers, and we have a connection, right? You just kind of have that sibling connection, but nowhere near what a twin is. Like if she cut her finger, would you feel that?
No, but actually, you know what? Another incident was, and this wasn't too long ago either. I guess it was like 3 or 4 years ago. She was in a car accident and she hurt her shoulder. Like she ended up getting like a frozen shoulder or something from the car. I mean, she was completely fine except for like this frozen shoulder thing. And then the next day, my shoulder was killing.
Damn. See,
it was weird. Yeah.
That is super cool. I like hearing stuff like that.
Yeah. So
now have you had stuff on the emotional side to where you're feeling sad and then you find out the next day or later that day that she was really sad at that time?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Like, why am I so sad? Like, it's just like something would hit me and I'm like, what's going on? And then she would call me up that night and,
she'd be all bummed out.
Yeah, about something. And then I'd be like, oh, that's what I was probably.
Yeah. Feeling before my mom passed, she was going through a lot of stuff. And there was days that I was wrecked. And then I'm like, I need to call and check on my mom. And I'd call her and she'd be in the hospital.
Oh.
Or she'd be like just not having a good day. And that happened a handful of times. Yeah.
You had a major connection with her.
Yeah, I mean, that was just, even growing up, we had a, that kind of, yeah. So that was, that's kind of cool to hear too with your sister. And now obviously the happy stuff too. It's just not all bad, right?
Oh yeah,
you pick up the happy stuff. Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. Isn't it funny? Isn't it fucked up that we just went right to the bad stuff, like her having breast cancer, getting hurt, my mom dying. Yeah. We don't
know,
talk about like, hey, it was like an awesome day and in the sunshine and I feel great. No, we didn't talk about that. Nah, that's and then
But we've been also, but okay, so for a happy story, we were like, I would be at like getting my nails done or something, and then she would call me, and I'm like, oh, I just got my nails done, and I'd be like, oh, me too, and I'm like, what color? And we both had get the exact same color.
no, you're making that up.
No, I swear to God, I swear to God,
That's awesome. Same color. Whew.
same color.
Yeah, I could see that. Now, do you guys dress similar too? Still?
I mean, no.
Hmm.
I mean, we're both kind of casual, but I mean, we both kind of like the same stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
But she's a social worker, so she's like busy wearing her scrubs and her her facility. Sure. So yeah. So she's wearing that all the time.
Now I saw Syracuse University.
Go cute.
Nice.
Yeah, so we went to different colleges, and that was like a big deal because we didn't know what to do. Should we go to the same college? Should we not? Go on our own. But then like we just applied to schools, and then we're like, you know what? Let's just see how it falls out. And so I wanted a bigger school. She wanted a smaller school. So it kind of just fell into place, and it actually really worked out. So, I mean, we spoke to each other all the time on the phone. But it was good, that I was on my own, made my own friends, and she went to her college and made her own friends. So it was a good experience. But then after college, we both moved in together and moved into the city.
and up to college, were you guys like inseparable?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's my dad worked for Centro in Syracuse.
Oh,
the bus.
Yeah.
He drove bus for 35 years. Most of that was for the university.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
We grew up.
Go to games?
No, because he just worked all the time.
Oh.
But we grew up in upstate New York.
Oh.
It took me about 35, 40 minutes to get to Syracuse.
Okay.
Yeah, a little town called Oneida.
Oh, I don't know that town.
You ever hear of Oneida silversmith, like pots and pans and forks and knives and all that?
Uh-huh.
You ever see that? Growing up, that was the factory. So either you worked in the factory or you were a farmer or wanted to do either one of those.
Oh.
That's kind of the way I grew up. So we were farmers. And I got the hell out of there when I was 20 years old and never looked back.
Oh, wow.
So when I saw Syracuse, a little ping in the old heart, I was like, oh yeah, Syracuse. That's a city. Ooh.
Yeah, that's great. How many brothers and sisters did you have growing up?
I got 3 brothers and a sister.
Oh, big family.
Yeah, and I'm the youngest.
Oh my gosh.
Started having kids when she was 17.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. And I was, my mom was a gangster. I mean, she was an old school, she ran the farm and then she was, nurse's aide in like a extended care facility, kind of where the elderly go to pass away. It's kind of like their last stop.
Yeah.
So she dealt with that forever because we lost our farm when I was super young. We lost it in a fire.
Oh, that's terrible.
No. Best thing ever happened.
Okay. I don't know these things.
Yeah, because I would still be there milking cows, and I don't want to do that. But but my cousin and my uncle in the community was all farmers, right? So I grew up just working on those farms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I needed to get out of there and ended up in Colorado for 20 years and then came back had a business opportunity, retired from Coca-Cola. I went out to Colorado on a whim. Started working for Coca-Cola, put in a 20-year career.
Oh wow, how was working for Coca-Cola?
Amazing.
Yeah, they're a great company, right? To work for.
I worked for. So if you don't know, I worked for Coca-Cola North America, which is Coca-Cola. They are Coca-Cola. So when you see the Coca-Cola truck driving around Jersey, that's Liberty Coca-Cola. They get the rights from Coca-Cola North America to distribute Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay.
They're not quote unquote Coca-Cola.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I worked for, I guess, the mother company, like the Coca-Cola company.
Okay.
And it was because then you got these people like Liberty. Now, I have no idea about Liberty. I don't have any information about them. I don't know anything. But these companies that do their own companies, they can treat their employees the way they want. They run their company the way they want, that kind of thing. But working for Coca-Cola, I recommend that. If you can get in to a Coca-Cola company, awesome
That's
company.
Great. Yeah, that sounds
awesome company. Yeah.
That sounds really great.
And now I work for U-Haul, the moving company.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Amazing company.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Really great.
And of course, you get every company's got people that'll, fuck that company. Well, it's probably something you did. The company didn't do that to you. You did it to the company, and you're going to blame it on them. But that's a whole other story. And then the other question I had, what's this binge watching Netflix?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
This is going to be a good conversation because we do the same thing.
Where do I start?
Don't tell me you watch like Love is Blind and these kind of shows.
No.
Okay.
I watched I watched House of Gucci.
Okay. All right.
That was really good.
All right. What was that like? Was that like a documentary though?
Yeah. Like with Lady Gaga.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that was cool about Gucci. And then what am I watching now? The Dropout. Elizabeth Holmes.
Oh my God, what an incredible story. There's a podcast out there that is amazing about that. I think it's called The Dropout too.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible, that story. And she's like waiting to hear how many years she has to go to jail now. But
yeah,
I mean, it's unbelievable, right? Did you see it? Did you know the documentary or the?
I listened to it had like a 12 episode podcast about it, and they got into super detail. In a way, she's kind of brilliant.
She is. That's the thing. That's what I totally agree. I'm like, she is a really smart woman. She also got into Stanford. I'm like, she didn't have to go this route. She could have, it didn't work. And she was just so focused on making it work and just blew up. And, but her first professor said, it's like putting a square in a circle. It's just never going to work. No, she was determined, and it just kind of blew up. And it's terrible because she was dealing with people's lives. I mean, she also, besides getting all this tons and tons of money, it was also dealing with people's lives. So, they would get their blood results, and it would be the wrong information. Mm-hmm. So that's like scary.
Yeah, because now, I mean, they talked about it again, I listened to the podcast, but they're probably similar, obviously. Yeah. And, but now you're dealing, you give somebody the wrong, trying to do two things at once, the wrong blood, the results, now they're going to get the wrong medication. And that's just a whole crazy thing that can happen.
Exactly. It's like spirals down, and it's terrible.
But I think two things with her that I got out of it was I believe because she is brilliant.
Right.
Right.
I agree.
If she took the quote unquote right road and did the research and and took that path, I believe she could have came up with something incredible. But I think that she wanted it really quick, really fast, wanted
Right.
all this be on the front page, all this bullshit and covers and all that. And then what is up with that dude that she was dating?
Sunny.
Sonny, I can remember his name. Where did he come from?
I know. They met. She was in where'd she go? She went somewhere for a job and they ended up meeting and they kept in touch and he made a ton of money, zillion dollars. And then so he, helped her out. And I didn't finish the television show, so I don't know what happens to him, but he gets screwed too. He's time too.
Well, they were talking about in the podcast, they were talking about people that were working in the lab, I guess.
Yeah.
And trying to make these machines.
Right.
It's like the size of a printer.
Right.
And it's supposed to do 20 tests in it, instantly. And the guy's there's glass and blood all over the floor and all these parts. And she's running around yelling and screaming and did that. It was Walgreens, right? That she did the big rollout with. Was it Walgreens?
Walgreens was it Walgreens or maybe CVS? One of them.
Yeah.
And it was just one huge debacle. I mean, one huge debacle. And it was one little thing of blood, on your finger. And
right.
If you think about it, when I go, they're taking 2 vials of blood, to test all this stuff.
Yeah.
And here she's doing one little blood and supposed to do 70 million things. I mean, it was so cockamamie.
Hey, I've seen enough true crime shows that you need more blood than that to get DNA and everything else. I know, right?
It was bizarre. It was just bizarre. It's so bizarre. Yeah. I mean, it makes a bit of a sociopath too,
Oh, what is it they say? It's a very fine line between sociopath and brilliance.
Oh, yeah. 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 Well,
you got to be a little
Definitely.
to think that way and to come up with ideas. And you're not thinking like most people in the world,
But then also to go to sleep at night and she could go to sleep just totally fine, not caring about what's going on. It's just
drugs. Probably she taking sleeping pills. That's how she slept. I don't know. I'm not making an accusation. I'm totally guessing on that because I can't remember if they talked about that in the show or not. But like you said, that would eat me alive emotionally, just laying in bed and staring at the ceiling going, I just fucked these people out of millions of dollars.
Right. Well, because because when I saw the episode the other day, the episode was about, she does this huge presentation and the night before they're testing the machine and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so she ends up rigging the machine. So when she does this huge presentation in front of 50 men for $160 million, that she rigs it with, I don't know how she does it, but she ends up rigging it.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone's like, oh, wow, this is fantastic. Then they throw this party because they're like, oh, we got the money. Things are going great. Meanwhile, this one chemist is like, it doesn't work.
It'll work.
And then she's just like, don't tell anyone. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Holy jeez.
Oh my God.
So if you like that one, I haven't seen the show. I listen to the podcast. I drive a lot, so I listen to these.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's definitely on Netflix. I think it's called Becoming Anna.
Saw that one too.
Did you see that?
She's another crazy person. So she's
beyond crazy.
Yeah, she pretends she's this socialite.
Well, she pretends she's a German.
Yeah.
Heiress.
Heiress. Right. I'm sorry.
Heiress.
And meanwhile, she's not in any sort, and she finagles her way into all these crazy scenarios. Tries to get all this money and all this stuff, and she's terrible too. Oh,
that is, and the podcast I'm listening to is called Fraudsters, and what they do is they talk about Enron and all sorts of the Ponzi schemes, and they talk about all that. And she used the vehicle of like a high-end, what they call it, like a social club, like a high-end social club. She wanted to raise $25 million
Yeah.
to build this thing. And then her whole idea was to scoot with it, never build it. And it's like,
I mean, it was crazy.
well, first of all, how are you going to get away with that? Where into your mind are you going to be able to take 25? Because she is going to get a loan from the bank. Some bank was going to give her a loan.
Yes.
And then she's going to run off with the money. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do?
I mean,
yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like in my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe you did this big heist and you conned them out of $25 million. Do you think the bank's going to be like, we lost that, man?
Right.
No, they're going to track you down, man.
Yeah.
Jeez. So here's one for her. She was 200 and she owed 220,000. That's how much they could prove in her court case that she owed.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, it was great. Well, because you know what she would do? She would stay at all these fancy, nice hotels.
Yeah.
And then she wouldn't pay the bill. So then once they caught on, they
were racking all that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Netflix, 325,000. She got paid for that.
Anna?
Mm-hmm.
See, she's making money.
The long con worked. Got all that paid off. Now, right. I don't know if she's got any. Obviously, I don't know if she's got any of that money left. That money could be gone in lawyers' fees and whatever else that you don't know about. But there's a bunch. She got a deal, and she's going to start a podcast and write all these books. She's going to be making money off of that. So. People like to hear that stuff, man. Look at this. We're talking about it.
I know. I'm watching it. I'm watching all of them. I know.
I haven't watched it yet, but I listened to the episodes on, the podcast, and they get really deep into that stuff. They get really, it's not dramatized at all. It's more of comical. Oh. Like they completely make fun of her and they make jokes and you're from Jersey. You'll get this one. So one of the hosts is from Jersey, or from Newark, and she goes, or they're talking about something, and they go, hey, there's like a bunch of guys in tracksuits that are giving bad financial advice, and the guy from Newark goes, hey man, in Jersey for many years we had a lot of guys running around in tracksuits giving bad financial advice. I laughed way too hard on that one when he said it. Oh my God. I was like, man, do you watch like one of my all-time, it's not on Netflix, but all-time, Yellowstone?
We started that.
You couldn't get into it?
I mean, a little bit, but then it got kind of flat. But
what? Well,
I don't know, but then I know everyone said you have to keep on watching it and then it gets better. So yeah, it was okay. I mean,
all right. So
okay. I just saw like the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. And then Mayor of Kingstown. If you like,
what is that about?
It's Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
He's a gangster in that.
Yeah, I think that's on my list. I didn't get to it.
It's cool. It's so good.
Yeah, I have to.
So good. I'm a big fan of that. Okay, and then the other one we're huge fans of is Billions.
Love Billions.
Oh my God. Who's your favorite character?
What's better than Billions though? Succession. What?
Succession? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me write that down. What's that? What's that on?
Is it HBO or Showtime?
Same premise?
It's about this very, very wealthy family and how like their big media company and just the dynamics of the family and how it goes down. But it's great. And everybody in the show, they're always their response to pretty much everything is "fuck off."
That's my kind of show right there.
They're like these, proper, distinguished people, and they're always like saying
Fuck
that.
off.
It's just hilarious. But no, I love
Okay.
Succession. I love Succession. I think I like that better than Billions.
Billions is just
Great.
and again, with being the video company, the production value of Billions is incredible. And the same with Yellowstone.
Yellowstone's beautiful.
Yeah, the production value is just incredible. I'm huge on continuity and production value, so I can't not see that stuff. When in one scene somebody's got a chain on their head, on a necklace, and then the next scene they're not on it, and I'm like,
yeah, no,
that doesn't fly. But
no.
who's your favorite character? Who's your favorite character in Billions?
Oh, my favorite character. I mean, I would have to say, well, now he's gone. He left.
Who?
The main guy. What's the Axe?
He didn't leave, did he?
For the new season?
Oh, we're not all the way through the new season. Oh shit. That's all right. I like Wags.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, but he becomes a little annoying. But yeah.
Well, that's saying. Yeah, I like Wags. Yeah. But no, Billions is a good one. Yeah, that's what shit, man. That's what we've been watching. And my wife has her Love is Blind, and that's basically a reality show. She's all about it.
Oh, I didn't watch that. I mean, I have to admit, I do watch the New Jersey Housewives.
Oh my, wait a minute. Hold on a second. We got to put some context around here. Here you are living in Short Hills, New Jersey, and you like to watch the New Jersey Housewives of New Jersey.
It's just so
amazing.
Fun.
That's amazing.
So
Oh, yeah, I can't even get a few minutes into those, man. I can't. Good for you though. I'm glad that, obviously people like it, right? Because it's
highly entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, these women get all dressed up, they have like their whole makeup squad team and everything, and then they go to these fancy nice dinners, and then they get mad at each other and drink, and then they get mad at each other, and then like they leave. Cracks me up.
But that's kind of reality, isn't it?
Well, not with my friends, but
you guys don't get mad at each other at the end of dinner? No. All right. Well, you wouldn't make a good dramedy reality show then.
Oh, I would be so boring.
Yeah. Oh God, Netflix, man. Just a fun fact about Netflix, how it got started. The whole DVD.
Yes. Oh, I saw that documentary too.
About how Blockbuster was like, whatever, man, you ain't shit. Get out of here. Blockbuster could have bought Netflix for $50 million.
And they didn't.
Now it's not even
existing.
$50 million wouldn't even buy a half a percent of Netflix. Yeah. Crazy. Anyway.
Crazy.
Whew. But you have a book.
Oh, yes. Okay. So I wrote a book, Twintastic.
Boop, boop. Nice. Why would you write a book?
So, my sister, Amy and I, we had like all these fun things growing up, and, with the daily grind of middle school and the Mean Girls and our first crushes and, all that.
What, Mean Girls in middle school? No, stop. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, really. So, and then, all these memories gave me these ideas for Twintastic. And then I thought it'd be great if I added magical powers to the
Well, there-
twins.
You can't go nothing. There's nothing wrong with, especially nowadays with all the TV shows and movies with magical powers, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So slowly my manuscript evolved into Twintastic. And
So what kind of powers they got? Like they can time travel or bend things with their mind and all that? What kind of powers they got?
yeah, so they can
can
hear
time
each
travel?
other's thoughts. They could hear each
Okay.
other's thoughts, and they can move things.
Like
And
telepathically? Or, no,
Yeah.
is that what- yeah.
yeah, and they could
Okay.
freeze people in time
Oh,
just for
that
like a
would be-
minute.
Oh, that'd be handy.
Like let's just freeze everybody in this room right now.
Oh, that would be handy.
And then like take all the food and leave. And then like unfreeze them. Yeah. So they have all these magical powers. So, and then at the same time, they're dealing with their parents' failing restaurant. So they use their powers to try to help their parents' failing
okay.
restaurant.
Okay. Cool.
So there's like a lot going on. And they have a grandmother who knows, she's the only one that knows about the powers, but I don't want to give too much away. But
No, don't want to do that.
So they also deal with the consequences when they use the powers wrong.
Sure. It's called balance, right?
Yeah. They learn
Yeah.
to balance their powers, which
Yeah.
takes a little while because they have
Yep.
a few mess ups.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
Now, did you self-publish?
No. So Good Times Books, they're a publisher in New Delhi, India.
Okay. Now, do they have a range of books that they publish, or do they got like a little niche and you fall into that?
They have a range of books.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So it worked out, you could get it on Amazon.
Amazon? Yeah, we'll get into that, the links and stuff. That'll all be in the show notes. I'll put a direct link in the show notes for you.
Okay. Yeah, it's all on my website.
Okay. Awesome. And then is this going to be like your bigger vision? Is this like a series of books?
Yes.
Nice.
I'm working on my second one.
Oh,
Twintastic.
congratulations. Thank
Thank you. It's Twintastic in Miami.
So is it now, are you going to do each book will just be a different city?
I think so.
Yeah, that'd be kind of
That's
cool.
where I'm heading.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now, what about Audible?
I know.
They're just down the street. They're in Newark.
Yeah. It should be on Audible. Yeah. I know.
Would you read it?
I would read it. Yeah. I have to talk to my publisher about that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm just I always bring that up because I consume information much more in audible form. Like we're talking, to read it. The only time I physically read a book is like I call it a bubblegum read. So like CJ Box and like mystery thrillers like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what like Balducci, David Balducci. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't get into the heavy stuff like Stephen King and all that. This is not my type of thing, but I'll listen to it all day long, but I just can't read it. And 3 pages in, I'll be sleeping. So, but how long did it take you to write that thing?
But this is an easy read because this is for tweens. How long did it write? Oh, well, it takes a while, because then you have to go through the editing process. And so I guess collectively it was like a year.
Okay. I've kind of a little bit through osmosis. My wife helped a couple go through like 6 or 7 self-published books.
Oh,
So I got a little bit of knowledge through that as well, and that's a process.
it's definitely a process.
And not just self-published because, you had yours done by a company, but the process of getting to the point to where now you can get it into print,
Right.
the artwork and the editing and the re-editing and the rewriting and the editing. Yeah. Woo.
And But then once it's out, there's another whole process that I had no idea about, and then, that's even the big publishers, whoever you're with, you still have to promote your book.
100%.
I mean,
What do you-
1,000%.
What
So
do you think? You were going to write it and then all magically it was just going to sell?
No, but like, you really have to put yourself out there. You
Yeah.
have to I, for example, was just on Facebook. And so then I'm like, all right, I got to, go on every social media. I went on LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook author page, and I have a YouTube channel. You're just constantly hustling and promoting yourself and the book.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any luck on LinkedIn?
Did I have any luck on LinkedIn? Did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a lot of luck on LinkedIn. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I found a lot of podcasts on LinkedIn, and radio shows actually contacted me. And it was back and forth with a lot of them finding me, I'm finding them for podcasts and radio shows.
Sure. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I just saw a lot of the people that I have dealt with up until this point. LinkedIn was not very prominent, I should say. So when I saw your LinkedIn there, I was just going to ask you about that. No
Yeah.
TikTok?
No. What do you think of TikTok? I don't really know TikTok.
So I spend a little bit of time on all social media. I have obviously Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and then I added TikTok. But what I put on there is not what you normally see on TikTok. It's just my content. It's samples of this, like I'll put samples of this video up. I have a little fun. Like I put videos up of my son. He'll do something funny and I'll speed it up or slow it down and I'll
that's fun.
Put it to music. And then, and then I have, cause I'm a gym rat. I love being in the gym. So I have stuff like that, like going to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. You see me driving down the road and I create artwork and stuff like that. I just enjoy creating things. So like you see in this thing, like with the brick and the tags and if you look at my social media, it's just most of the time, like 95% of the time, it's not just a picture. There's some kind of artwork involved or some kind of copy involved because I truly enjoy creating that stuff. So
that's fun. I like that.
Yeah. And it just, you go down the road with it and it just never ends. So you just got to be able to, but going back to TikTok, just put up, 30-second video and you don't have to be on the video. Sure. Does it help you personally being on it? Sure. Everybody likes to see you, but most of my stuff is, just pictures that I turn into video, and then I just put music to it. Like one that the stuff that I've been having such a good time with is it's like an island scene. You're down Turk and Caicos, right? So like the ocean, it's this picture, it's beautiful ocean. It's like this beautiful island, and it's got like a heart-shaped cloud and a plane flying through it, and it's just like real nice and like a travel company would make it. Right?
Oh yeah, that's so nice.
Right? But the copy that I put on it in real nice font and it just looks real nice. But when you read it, it reads that love is like a fart. If you force it, it's probably shit. So it's just like, it's a contrast of what the picture is. And then I have another one of breaking news, and it has breaking news and the earth and looks like a news story. And it says, every once in a while, somebody awesome comes in your life. Here I am. You're welcome.
That's fun.
So it's just fun for me. I like doing that. Yeah. It's just completely, it's just so for somebody flipping through and they're like, what the, hey, ah! So I've gotten a lot of good feedback from it. So that's what I put on TikTok, just
Fun stuff.
fun stuff. So like for you, like if I was in your shoes, what I would put on TikTok is take some of your artwork. I imagine you have all your files, right?
Oh yeah.
Right. And just create a 20-second video with some fun music behind it with your characters and not say anything. Don't promote the book. Don't do anything. Just have the characters on there, put some hashtags, maybe a 1-line sentence, post it, put some music behind it, post it. That's
On
it.
TikTok. Yeah.
And do that once a day. Just throw one up there every day.
Well, what do you think about the Instagram stories and Facebook?
You should. So the way that I learned, I guess, or what really hit me home, and this is how I look at Instagram and the stories, like the whole platform for me,
Right. Okay.
is my feed. So if you look at my profile and then the feed, that's the finished product. The stories are the behind the scenes.
Oh, okay. Right.
So your stories are just going to be stupid, goofy things and
Yeah.
and
They just
a meme.
appear after 24 hours.
Yeah, and a meme you find funny, you just copy
Put it
and
up.
paste it. Yeah, just crazy stuff to give people an insight of your personality. But then the way I was taught, and it has been, and it's worked very well for me in business and in personal. I look at this as a business. You know, I kind of run it. That's just my mindset.
Mhm.
But your feed should be, they call it thirds. So one post would be humor. You find a meme or something completely out of nowhere that has nothing to do with you, your book, nothing. So you post that up. The next one is maybe informational. So like some of your stuff on YouTube, like how many times do people ask me it's been switched? Should we go to the same college? You know, I saw on your YouTube channel. Right. So now that's information.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one is an ask. Hey, I wrote a book. Come and buy it.
Okay. So you have
And
to mix
then-
it up.
Absolutely. If you just
Yeah.
pound and pound and pound, buy, people are going to fuck that. I'm next. Get out.
Oh
of
yeah,
here.
yeah. It gets boring.
Right. And that's why I like long format like this, because you can't hide behind your book.
Mm-hmm.
We're asking questions and we're going into other conversations and
Yeah.
that kind of thing to where it's not a 15-minute conversation. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mhm.
So it gets into details. So people like that stuff. You know, people like to know who you are and why'd you write it? You know, hey, you know, instead of just reading your bio. That's my thing.
Right. Yeah.
Me personally, I like to know you. Yeah, great. You wrote a book. That's awesome, man. That's a huge
Right.
accomplishment. But there's so much more to you than just the book.
Right.
And people like to see that. And that's what's going to sell. They're going to like you. And then they're like, oh shit, she wrote a book. I'll buy that.
Oh, that's
Nah, I bought a book and now I'm getting to know her. It's the other way around.
Mhm.
Me personally, that's where I've had success.
Mhm.
But you got to put yourself out there.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And don't give a fuck what people think. Just put it
Oh
out
no,
there.
you can't. Yeah.
Just put it out there and forget about it. It's out.
Right.
No, next.
Next. I totally agree. Yep.
Yeah. 6 months later, somebody's like, hey, I saw you on. You're like, what? I posted that?
When did
There's
you do that?
I got a post that I'm about to put up and it says, dance like no one's watching, but send emails and texts like it's going to be read in court one day.
That's a good quote. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you never know nowadays.
I
Because
know.
like you saw that I had to, you had to sign a waiver and stuff for this,
Mhm.
but yeah, it gets way out of hand.
Oh, I'm sure.
But well, I appreciate you coming on.
Oh, well, thank you all. Thank you. This has been
Tell everybody where they can find you, and this is your time to shine. So
okay. So
let's hear your pitch.
okay. Well, you could find me on Facebook, Jacqueline Capito, author. You could find me on Instagram, Jacqueline Twin. You could find me on my YouTube channel, Jacqueline Capito Expert, Twin Expert and author. And finally, what am I missing? Oh, LinkedIn, Jacqueline Capito. Yes. And of course, my website, JacquelineCapito.com, www.jacquelinecapito.com. And it's Capito with a K. Some people confuse that.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of people are like
call.
C, like they say like CU or something, but I'm Kopito. So
Capito.
yeah, Capito. And then you can find my book on Twintastic. You could find on Amazon.
All right, and I'll have all these links in the show notes, but
Oh, thank you.
I like to have you spit them out. Anything else you want to add?
No, this has been fun. Thank you, Walt. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hey, thanks for coming on. We're gonna get out of here. I'll talk to you. Whew, man, that was a good time, and it's just so cool to talk to an identical twin and hear stories, right? You hear it on TV or you read it somewhere, but to actually speak to somebody like that, I truly enjoyed that. And you did not, Jackie, you did not ruin the end of Billions. Well, not the end, but it was not a spoiler alert because we caught up since then, and it was still a shocker. Highly recommend you check out Billions. But jump in the show notes and connect with Jackie. I bet you she would love to hear from you. And her book is a lot of fun. I'm almost through it, so I'm going to finish that up. Check that out. Again, links in the show notes. I'm going to get you out of here because I know you got shit to do, but don't forget, Live Rishi. These guys make high-quality CBD products. You want to relax, have a good night's sleep, check that out. The vanilla bean is amazing. My website, waltskitchentable.com. Everything you need to know about the show, and you want a little sunshine into your inbox once a month, right on the front page, you can sign up for my newsletter. All right, man. Remember, when I say have a great day, the motherfucker is silent. Till next time.